Hi, this is Andrew Power, and I just wanted to share with you some insights that I've found over the years into having an awesome married life. Now, a lot of people might think, tips on how to improve your married life, then it's not needed and it's irrelevant. However, with more and more people heading towards divorce, or at bare minimum spending a miserable 20 years together, then I'd submit that perhaps these tips are needed more now than ever. Now, for some people, it can be a massively huge job to stay focused on the big picture of married life, so hopefully these suggestions will help you. The first major tip towards a happy married life is communicate. Now, your marriage is absolutely nothing without communication. Now, that doesn't suggest that you need to, when you use the form of communicating in the way of yelling at each other and ripping each other apart. That's not real interaction. When I say communication, I mean sharing what juices you, what inspires you, what gets you up and going of a day. Sharing those moments with your partner. Encouraging them to share those moments, but not badgering them. Tip number 2 is when things don't feel right, you need to address it. If there's things in your relationship that don't feel right to you, then you're not being honest to yourself and you're not being honest to your partner by ignoring it and pushing it down. Guys are a terrible one for this. They always try to ignore it, and then it just boils up and then boom. Now, you need to discuss how you're feeling with your partner. Who knows, maybe they're feeling the same way. Maybe you're misinterpreting something that they're doing. Without that communication, you're not going to get any closer. But you need to address anything that doesn't feel right to you. The third tip is knowing the distinction between falling in love and being in a passionate marriage. See, when we fall in love, we become a little crazy. The object of our affection could do absolutely no wrong. There'd be family members and friends often come to us and say, that person's absolute crap, and we completely ignore it. Of course, they're not in the same state as we are, and we see, magic, fairy dust coming out of them. All the parts of our brains chiming in together just to convince us that they are truly angels in disguise. But what we need to do, in the words of Dr. Phil, is get real. Whilst your partner may have some great qualities, and they may certainly be a catch, you need to be realistic and don't set unachievable expectations on them. It's not fair. Not fair to them, and it's actually cheating yourself. Otherwise, when they act human, when they trip up, when they do something that's less than angelic, you're going to find yourself disappointed and heartbroken. Tip number 4 is to put a little bit of karma into your marriage. What I mean by this is you get exactly what you offer. So if you do whatever it is to please your partner, you're going to be more likely that they're going to please you in return. The law of reciprocity has us feel that we need to repay, nice gestures. Of course, if you're coming from a state of negativity, it's not going to help things. But holding out from making that first move can be a stubborn game that absolutely nobody wins. It leads directly to negativity and resentment in the relationship, so don't fool yourself. And today's tip number 5 is to discover that fixing a relationship doesn't mean that you need to fix your partner. When things hit the fan, we often look at the other person as the main cause of it. And sure, maybe they did have a part in things. However, you need to accept that you also played your own part. Regardless of how you feel and what you believe, you had your own part in every single part of that. And it's your relationship that now needs your focus. So don't try changing them, accept who they are. And you'll be a lot closer towards a more grounded marriage in the process. Work on the relationship, work on yourself, and by doing that, they will toe the line and come with you and improve. Now, these 5 tips are something that I've observed in many long-lasting marriages over the years. Certainly, communication is the key. However, there are other things that you need to take into account. And again, those other 4 tips are those major parts to a long, happy married life. So if these tips have helped you or you have any questions, by all means, click the link below and I'll be happy to get in touch and help you with that. This is Andrew Power. Hope these tips have helped you and have a great day.